Welcome to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast, where we share tips, techniques, and true stories to support you in using the law of attraction and alchemy to create magic and live the life of your dreams. Here's your host, the founder of dailyalchemy.com, Michelle Martin Dobbins.
Hi there, this is Michelle Martin Dobbins from dailyalchemy.com, and this is another episode of Adventures in Alchemy. And today I want to talk to you about training your thoughts. And if you listened to my podcast a few weeks ago, I talked about the fact that we have a new puppy in our house. So puppies are on my mind a lot. And I'm kind of going to use that analogy today because you have to train a puppy like you train a new thought. If you have an old thought that you've been thinking for years and years and years or weeks or months, it's not quite as difficult to train it. In fact, sometimes it's become a habit, right? You still have to tend to an old thought or eventually it's going to disappear. And sometimes that's a really good thing, right? If it's a thought that you don't want to keep focusing on. But, even that's how we can kind of backslide in positive thinking if we stop tending to our old thoughts. But old thoughts are kind of like an old dog. They've been trained, they know the routine, but you still have to, feed them, love them, take them out a few times a day, Keep reassuring yourself, keep thinking that thought. And sometimes you need to do stuff to make life more fun with the new thought and add a different way to say it or a different reminder to keep you thinking it, just like you buy new toys for your dog, your older dog, to get them to engage and play in new ways. But what I really want to focus on right now is how to train a new thought into your brain. Because we all know that what we think, we start to believe when we think it over and over, and those beliefs powerfully affect our lives. And I know I talked in some recent podcasts about me kind of getting off the track. I let go of old thoughts that were really good that were trained, and I started training myself in some bad thoughts over the past, 3 to 4 months. And it's taken me some time, and I'm still kind of in recovery mode, but getting better every day. But I was training myself to thoughts that I'm struggling to get up. My mind is foggy. I'm tired. And I would catch myself sometimes saying that. And so that awareness was like, yeah, this is what's happening in my life, but I created this reality and I keep focusing on it and I keep looking for evidence of it and training my mind to believe it. And that's not a good path to go on, let me tell you. As one who is now training back some new thoughts. But the nice thing is when you've done this before, you know that it works. You know that if you start focusing on what's good in your life and where you want to go and those new thoughts and beliefs that you want to create and that you want to see, it gets easier and easier. Even if you get off the path, you've done this before and you can get back on it. And if you haven't ever done this before, it's okay, because I guarantee you that if you can change those thoughts and get the feelings of what you want, that you are going to start seeing some magic in your life. And there are so many other people out there. It's really easy to look and find testimonials and stories of people who have experienced all kinds of magic. And I've shared a lot of my own personal ones back in previous podcast episodes. So feel free to go back and hunt out some of those. Right now, I'm going to tell you how to start training a new thought if you want to bring a new thought in. So first, you're definitely going to think about what you want. So you do want to be choosing your thoughts, especially if you're going to train a thought. I know we all have random thoughts, but we can pick and choose which ones to focus on and which ones to let go of. So when you've kind of decided what you're wanting to create in your life and you've got this thought, and I'm just going to go for me, what I was really focusing on and still focusing on is I am getting stronger and healthier and more energetic every day, and something along those lines. So when I get ready to train that thought, and I picked up that habit of thinking that, I'm tired, I'm struggling. So to train that thought, it's going to be harder than just focusing back in on an old thought that's already there. It's easier just to go to the I'm tired thought. So we're going to have to train this new thought. And there are 3 things that I like to make sure that I'm doing when I'm trying to train a new thought. And one is to give lots of attention to it, just like a new puppy. You want to repeat this thought a lot. You want to give it lots of attention during the day. It needs to be your first thing in the morning and your last thing at night, just like a new puppy. You're training the puppy. You want to take it out very last thing before you go to bed and give it a chance to go potty. Very first thing when you get up in the morning. And, sometimes even if you wake up in the middle of the night, you might want to check on that new thought. So the nice thing with that is if you can just intentionally, before you go to sleep, spend some time focusing on that new thought. And the nice thing, or the thing that helps you see results from these new thoughts faster, is like if you're thinking, I'm getting stronger and healthier and more energetic, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to feel what it feels like to feel strong and healthy and energetic. And I'm going to see myself going through my day like that and just feel how nice that is. So whatever you're trying to create, if you're trying to create, more abundance in your life, you're going to see yourself experiencing that abundance and feel what it feels like to have it right now. So you definitely want to do that before you go to sleep. And I've found that sometimes when you do that before you go to sleep, it will kind of automatically crop up if you wake up during the night or in the morning. But if you need more of a boost to help you remember to spend a few minutes with that in the morning, if you use a cell phone, you can, for your alarm, you can label the alarm with that thought, because you can have alarms that have different things. So you can label the alarm with that thought or affirmation that you're working on. So when you look at your phone to turn off the alarm, you're going to see it. Also, one of the other steps is to kind of every couple of hours come back to that thought. And you can do that in the same sort of way. You can set alarms on your phone. You can write the thought on sticky notes where you're going to see them often. A lot of times I use the bathroom mirror because I'm going to go in there and wash my hands several times during the day. And so I will see it often. You can put it in your wallet, in your purse, in your desk drawer. If you're going to open it to get pens and pencils out and you want to kind of keep it discreet at work, you can do that. But you definitely want to have this thought somewhere where you're going to see it and remember to think about it several times a day. And really, I would say at least every other hour. It's like you're training it like you're training a new puppy, and you really want to keep reminding yourself to think it and to say it in your mind. And then once you get it to a point where it becomes natural, then you just have to kind of keep up that maintenance on that thought. And then you can add other thoughts, but you might not want to add them too fast, just like adding more puppies to your life. Too many too fast. But you can definitely have more good thoughts that you're working on. I usually try to focus on one for a good while, for even a month or so, until it feels really solid before I really bring in another one to train. But that's different personalities can do that in different ways. Just remember, if you're trying to do too many things, it's just like when I talk about one core principle. And I believe I've done a podcast on that. And I know I've done some blog posts on that. But if you have one practice that you do every single day, no matter what, you're going to get more traction from that than trying to do 15 things. I'm going to do affirmations and I'm going to meditate this way. And then I'm going to meditate that way. And then I'm going to do some scripting and some prayer journaling. And then I'm going to, do some tapping. Well, that's great, but you also have to live your life. So you pick one core practice that really gets you in a good vibration. You do it every single day, and that's going to make big changes. Doesn't mean you can't add in any other practices, because I often do, but I don't try to make everything a list of, I'm going to check off 10 different things today. My goal is just to get in that vibration of feeling good, feeling joy, feeling bliss, and everything else kind of takes care of itself. And so when you're training a new thought, you want to focus on the feeling of it and focus on just, coming back to that new thought as many times in a day as you can until it becomes routine, like an old dog. And then then from there, you can move on and add new thoughts. But when you're doing that training and you're wanting something different and something new, then you have to focus on it because it just doesn't come in the way the old thoughts that have been trained, they're going to come to you like an old dog. But a new one has to be taught, has to be trained to come when it's called. But once you've practiced that, then you can pull up that feeling easily. You'll start catching yourself thinking that thought without having to tell yourself to do it. Just takes a little bit of time and practice, but it's very well worth the effort. So, and when would you want to train a new thought? Anytime you want to change something in your life. If you want to get healthier, if you want to be more abundant, if you want to attract a new relationship, if you want more happiness, if you want a new job, anything that you want to bring into your life, just take that time to create those thoughts and train them and feel them, and that's going to help you connect with what you want in your life. So give it a try, train your new thoughts, let me know how it goes, or if you have any sticking points or anything that you come up with as you're trying to train a new thought that really is helpful for you, I would love it if you shared it with me so I can share it with everyone here. You can reach me at dailyalchemy.com. That's probably the easiest way because there's links there to my Facebook, my YouTube, my Twitter, and everything. And then you can find the easiest way that you like to connect with me. And I look forward to hearing how you do with that. Everybody go out and have a magical day. Namaste and big hugs. Would you like some help creating more magic in your life? I've got a ton of freebies and goodies for you. They're all tucked away inside my magical freebie vault. You can get free access, though. You just have to go to www.dailyalchemy.com/magical-freebie-vault. Again, that's dailyalchemy.com/magical-freebie-vault. And when you get there, you can just plug in your name and email and you will get instant access to all kinds of goodies. There are daily and weekly manifesting planners, the How to Shift Your Vibe in 5 Minutes e-kit that has audios and a workbook. There are moon manifesting planners and daily love lists and money trackers and all kinds of goodies right there. I didn't want to make you have to go to a bunch of different pages and sites and wait for certain freebies to come out. So I just took all of my freebies and put them in one place where you could just sign up one time and download any of them that you want at any time that you needed. So you can just head on over to dailyalchemy.com/magical-freebie-vault and download them today. Have a magical day.
Thanks for listening to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast. Connect with me on thedailyalchemy.com or Facebook at facebook.com/Michelle Dobbins, author. Join us next time for even more magical life tips.